Red. All right.
Red.
Like, dude, you're an idiot.
I'm doing very well, Jen. Is it just going to be me and you, or Eli and Zach going to pop in?
Yeah, they'll talk every once in a while. But
Every now and then we'll kind of
he was already right away.
It kind of, well, we're used to you attacking us, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at
Let's just put it this way. Who do you see as the quarterback week 1 for the Green Bay Packers?
I see.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Open Book here on Game On Wisconsin. As always, joined by my great co-hosts, Jen Mackey and Zachary Jacobson, who has recently made his way once again out of Twitter jail, something we will have to discuss on the show at length, very long length. But before we get to your stay in prison, Jen, how's it been in Minnesota? How's the freezing cold weather? Because right now it's like sunny and 75, and it's pretty great over here for me and Zach.
Yeah, it was super nice yesterday. It was like a nice 30 where it was really sunny. So I didn't need my jacket or anything. And then today everything refroze and I stepped out of my car and I was wearing heels to work and I pulled my groin because I stepped on ice. So that's how my day is going. I'm just ready for football. It's been a long week already and it's taking forever to get through because I just want Saturday. So of course this week is going to be the longest week ever.
Yeah. Well, at least it's one less day as opposed to as much as I kind of hate Saturday, it's nice.
I like the Saturday.
Which we will win. It lets your weekend be relaxed that much sooner. Sunday, just watch, kind of chilled out. But easily the biggest news of the week, potentially the month, possibly the year. Zach going in and out of Twitter jail in his fastest and shortest stay from what I can remember. So Zach, please break it down for us. You're the last 48 hours of your life in jail.
Well, it was like 24 hours, but
wow, even shorter than that. That is a good stay.
It wasn't because of first of all, hi guys. Hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It wasn't because I did anything wrong. It was because I looked I looked at the I had a Google Voice number on my account, which obviously was necessary because I've been suspended 50,000 times. So I had to use a Google Voice number, and apparently those expire. So I had no idea. And when Twitter randomly gave me that prompt to verify your number, I couldn't get into that number. I couldn't access the number. I was getting texts to a number that doesn't exist. So I had to create a new number, email Twitter, and they actually got back to me relatively fast, which is very, very odd. They unlocked the account. I went back in last night to try and update the number with the new number, and it locked me out again. So I had to wait for them to answer me. Yeah, apparently there was a verification. There's a limited number of verification codes they could send you in a single day. So I had to wait pretty much until today. 24 hours had passed. And I eventually got in and it worked.
Well, we are very happy to have you back. No better way to come back than going with a prison snitch. Unbelievable. True North Packer fan.
You do look like a prison snitch.
Look, you got to do what you got to do to survive. That's all I'm going to say. But
yeah, and that includes flinging your own shit, apparently. Which
as we discussed before the show.
Yeah, our pre-show chats.
Yeah, Zach,
yeah.
Master.
And instead of prepping for the actual show, we were talking about how sometimes in prison, fuck off, Kyle. How sometimes in prison they fling their own shit at the cameras. I guess that's what Andrew was telling us. So.
Yeah, that's just part of it. It's all part of the prison life, Zach. You'll get used to it. But all right, moving past your time in Twitter jail, let's talk some football. And before we get obviously to the playoff game, to the 49ers, just some Packers news in terms of just kind of weird news that happened today. Kingsley Keke being cut from the roster, very unexpected. He wasn't necessarily having any kind of massive season, but we saw some good games out of him. So that was pretty surprising. I didn't see it till a couple hours after it happened, so I didn't really have a chance to react until it was kind of already over. But what was your initial reaction to that move, Zach?
Very surprising. Well, the word that I used was perplexing, which was I mean, it's weird because like the writing was on the wall at the same time, but at the same time also it was still kind of unexpected because last time he played was December 19th in Baltimore, and then he was a healthy scratch that following week, and then he ended up on the COVID list for the last 2 games. But yeah, like you said, it was. I mean, he wasn't having this groundbreaking season by like crazy like Kenny Clark standards or anything, but he still had a couple good games, and he's been able to rush the passer. Kind of, I feel like he took like a step forward this year. Eli, can you focus?
I'm trying to focus. I'm doing my best.
But anyways, yeah, it was a very surprising move. I feel like I feel like too they've been protecting Abdullah Anderson from the practice squad the last few weeks, and he's been elevated for the last 3 games while Keke has been gone. So maybe they're going to get a better look at him. Maybe he's going to come to the active roster. Maybe they want to see more out of Jack Heflin. He's been inactive for 12 games this year, so maybe he's finally earned their trust to play. But yeah, it was a very, very odd move.
Yeah, surprised me too. Jen, what are you thinking? Who do you think now? Again, not that Keke was playing a ton, but who do you think is going to who are the Packers?
Well, can I give my take on my thoughts?
Yes,
Come
absolutely.
on, I have opinions here, Eli. No, I was just thinking because I just had something I want to say about it, but no, like my immediate thought was I just felt bad for him. Just like not even thinking of him as a player, but just as a person. Like this is a guy who was on a team that's 3 wins away from the confetti falling down on you, and now he doesn't have a job. So I don't know. That was kind of my initial reaction, where it's like I don't understand it, don't really know the reasoning for it. It just kind of was like one of those. This is really unfortunate timing because they're like 72 hours away from their first playoff game, and I don't know. It's just like you think of it from just him being a person. You just kind of hope that everything's okay with him because it's got to just be tough. I mean, it's always tough when you lose your job, but it's just kind of, you're so close to getting what you want, and now he's off the team. So that was just kind of the perspective I gave, is that I just felt bad for him, just kind of given the timing and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely sucks. You see guys get cut when you're this not late into the season, already into the playoffs, and you went and worked the whole year for it, and now you're here, and then you're not part of the team. That's definitely rough. I mean, there is a part, and this is
what is going on, Zach?
Are you looking for like a space?
Is there like a bug or something?
Do you guys not see my lights flickering nonstop?
Your light is a little bit like
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I look crazy, like I'm seeing shit on.
I thought you were like seeing a bug or something. I was like, I'm trying to give a point here, and Zach is like looking all over the place, like
I'm easily distracted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're calling me distracted, but no.
Hey, at least I listened to what Jen said, unlike you.
I'm listening. I can have my eyes in all directions and listen, but Keke, it's weird. It's weird that would happen, and this is complete speculation. I don't know, but just for it to happen the way it did, kind of out of nowhere, maybe something happened off the field. Again, I have no idea if something has. Sometimes the guy gets cut. You find out a day or 2 later, maybe there was a reason, just because it didn't seem like there was a reason for it. I know he hasn't played a lot lately, so it could just be they thought they had something more in Abdullah Anderson, Jack Heflin, whatever it is. But yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Clark said he had like a long talk, or apparently this is from Ryan Wood. Kenny Clark apparently said that he had a long talk with Kingsley Keke. So there was definitely something going on off the field. Don't know what it is. Hope everything's okay, of course, but. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like the whole timing of it, like you're on the doorstep of an NFC Championship game and potentially going to the Super Bowl even. It was just it is very strange. So I mean that's like the dead giveaway right there, that it's not related to what he's doing on the field. It's definitely something like, extracurricular.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking when I saw it. But other Packer injury related news, and good news that was Jair Alexander, David, and Zadarius Smith both being at practice today. That's huge. Obviously, David Bakhtiari was limited, and it looks like Randall Cobb, which we already knew before the Lions game, would be clear. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you look way past Zach, you can see Reggie in the background.
Yeah, I always got Reggie.
If Zach moves his big head, then.
I am currently, I am not in my general location for shows.
Excuses.
So sorry for the lack of a background. I will make up for that. Don't you worry. But yeah, as I said, Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith, David Bakhtiari, Randall Cobb, Josh Myers, obviously, who played versus the line. I mean, the Packers are getting everyone back right when they need it. Actually, the one person who missed practice was MVS, which is a little concerning. A back injury. We're already on Wednesday. He did not practice. I didn't get a chance to watch all of LaFleur's press conference. Did anyone ask? Did either of you see if anyone asked specifically about MVS?
No, because this was before practice, so nobody had known that he took a step backwards and ended up as a DNP. So yeah, he definitely kind of suffered a setback. I mean, when a guy goes from limited with a back injury to not practicing the next day, I mean that's not a good sign.
So it kind of makes that Randall Cobb coming back a little bit more important, just for the sake of, if you're down MVS, not really sure when he'll be back. It is nice to have Randall Cobb back just for extra receivers.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we hope someone can stretch the field, be kind of a deep threat, just because even if MVS isn't necessarily catching a ton of balls,
Lazard has been pretty good stepping into that role. So, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have as much speed, but they've been making it work. So,
Chris is very true. I don't have my snapback. I'm very thrown off without it. Okay. Again, I'm not in my general location, but so that's everything on the injury front. David Bakhtiari was limited today, but that's again load management, nothing to be too nervous about with his injury and all that. Well, Zach, in quotation marks for Zach, but I'm not
kidding.
I'm not going to be nervous about David Bakhtiari. I am very excited to see all those guys come back to the field to play the 49ers. And before we look at that game and the rest of the NFC playoffs, which are only two other teams, but the Packers will be playing one of them in 2 weeks. But before we get to that, we have the highlight of every week's show, our Tech venture ad read by the way already. Twitter
the earliest read.
Zach Jacobson, please take it away for us.
I'm still like dealing with COVID a little bit, so like
that's amazing.
That cut out at the perfect time.
Yeah.
What did I? Why would I?
You just sounded like
like just wait for the replay in like an hour. The way it cut out, it like slurred it. So.
It was good. It was very good.
As I was saying, I'm still dealing with a little COVID, so I'm like short of breath. So I'm gonna give this a shot. Okay. I don't know if it'll be at the same heights that you guys apparently expect for some reason, but this show, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by Our Tech Ventures. The goal at Our Tech Ventures is to collaborate closely with founders throughout all the investment and fundraising stages, turning their visions into successful companies. Since 2020, Our Tech Ventures has helped turn great ideas into profitable businesses that can make an impact on industries, communities.
And yeah. Oh no, did he?
And beyond.
Yeah, okay. I thought
cut out.
I thought you froze. I was like, this is the long. I know you like the pause, but
I do. I like the pause. I like just kind of like letting it marinate for a minute.
Oh, I've marinated for multiple minutes, but
you're a disgusting creature.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, I don't know. You're both gross people. But yeah, before we get to the 49er versus Packer game, let's just look at real quick the rest of the NFC remaining, which is the Bucs and the Rams. Did either of you see that Rams-Cardinals games going the way it did? Because I honestly did not. Like, I thought it would.
I honestly thought that would be the closest matchup of the weekend.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be it seemed like the two most equal teams. So
yeah, especially like divisional opponents.
Mm-hmm.
That was I mean, I had the Cardinals winning that game, so like I'm gonna shut my stupid mouth.
I mean, I thought we'd be playing the Rams, so I obviously had the Rams winning it, but I didn't think it would be like that.
Yeah, no, I actually thought the Cardinals would win. I just thought Matthew Stafford, as he always does, would choke in a big game.
That was a big reason why I picked the Cardinals. Yeah. I was like, Matthew Stafford, he ain't going to shine in the big moment. So.
Exactly. But I'm happy the way it went down because Kyler Murray, his mobility, it scares me. I would much rather face Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Stafford, Tom Brady, whatever, but quarterbacks that can run away and make things hard on your front seven, even when you're bringing pressure, that's what frustrates me the most. Like we saw 2 weeks in a row this year against the Ravens and the Bears, against Fields and Tyler Huntley. We were getting a ton of pressure, but couldn't really get the sacks because guys were just avoiding it, and it was super frustrating. So we have the Rams and the Bucs Sunday morning, I believe it is, Sunday afternoon, whatever. And yeah, the Packers will be playing whoever comes out on top of that game. It should be a very interesting game. But let's get to the main event. Packers, 49ers, Lambeau Field, Saturday night. It is expected to be very cold. I think Sunday would have been colder, but it's still going to be damn cold, especially for a team coming from California. So, Jen,
Well, how nice of us to all wear black for their funeral.
Boom, got him.
Thank you.
Yeah, very impressive. But Jen, what when the Niners won, it was immediate. Okay, Packers Niners. We didn't have to see the Monday night game. What were your first thoughts Sunday afternoon when that game ended?
I was excited. I am ready for the 49ers to come here. I want the 49ers, and then I want the Bucs.
Yes.
I just want to clean slate all these teams who have come in the last couple years and ruined it for us. I have a lot of confidence going up against this 49ers team, and I love that they have to come to Lambeau. So they're definitely the team I think I wanted the most, just because Rams, obviously, they're piecing it together, and kind of like you said with Kyler Murray, he's not somebody who I'm always too confident that they'll be able to defend. But Garoppolo, he's a stoppable quarterback. So kind of like I think I was saying earlier on Pack-A-Day this week, kind of play Jimmy Garoppolo the way you play Kirk Cousins, just get a lot of pressure in his face and hope that he throws one up. And I think it's a good opportunity for guys like Rasul Douglas to capitalize on it and just get those defensive backs going, kind of hope that they can make those turnovers. But really it's going to be about stopping the run game and also stopping their front seven. So there's a lot of important factors in this one, but I really like the matchup, and I'm really confident, especially with all the pieces we're getting back.
All right. I'd love to hear the confidence. I think a lot of Packers Twitter was not sounding as
you guys didn't want the 49ers. I'm like, bring them on.
Well, for the reason
when we recorded last week, but
yeah, no, but I'm saying to get the Niners and Bucs, it would be the perfect revenge tour. It's not necessarily exactly what you want, but if you end up winning those games,
bring them all in. I don't care. This is the year.
Jen's all in. She's not worried about anything. Zach, what were you feeling Sunday afternoon?
There's a goddamn different. Well, Sunday afternoon, I was on fucking Twitter defending myself from people who can't read. There's a difference between saying that you're terrified of a team and they're they're just gonna beat the shit out of you. I was just saying, of the teams that could possibly play the Packers, I mean, the 49ers are easily the worst matchup for them. They do everything that combats what the Packers' weaknesses. They do it well with their running game, whether it's Elijah Mitchell or Deebo Samuel. It doesn't matter. Kyle Shanahan finds ways to incorporate the running game. We saw this firsthand. Raheem Mostert. So we've seen how he incorporates the running game into that offense, and they don't need Jimmy Garoppolo to throw 20 times a game, 30 times a game. That's not nice.
Well, no, and if you can stop Garoppolo, then that takes away guys like Samuel and Kittle too.
It makes them one-dimensional.
So,
yeah. So, and I feel like they're not going to be able to score enough points to keep up with the Packers. I mean, we're talking about, arguably the best offense in football right now, playing at home, coming off some rest. They're getting some guys back. So, I can't see Jimmy Garoppolo. I think this is the first time he's played in weather below 40 degrees.
Yeah, so I think I saw 30.
It's going to be 0, I think.
Yeah, so. It is. Yeah, it is going to be very bad. So I can't see him scoring enough points and leading that offense to keep up with Aaron Rodgers and everything the Packers do. So, I get it now.
Yeah,
that guy told me to kick sand in 1973.
I remember. Yeah, I was about to comment on that because I just kicked sand. It sounded funny, but
yeah. Why I oughta.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like I said, I can't see him scoring enough points to keep up. So they're going to lean on that running game. And if you could shut down the passing game, which there isn't really much of a passing game there to combat, then, I mean, you make this team one-dimensional. This isn't the 2019 49ers. I know they look great in Dallas. They looked great the last month or so of the season. But this isn't going to be the same team that's just like a wrecking ball, just going through guys. And Jimmy Garoppolo can throw 8 passes in a game against the Vikings, whatever that number was, and ride the running game. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing. They scored 23 points, and Dallas, I believe, had 15 penalties. And I mean, they gave them every chance to really blow them out of the water and not even let that game get close. And they almost lost, and they only scored 23 points, and that's in a dome, not in the freezing cold in Lambeau. And there were also a lot of Niner fans in Dallas. I hope that's not the case on Saturday night. But yeah, the fact that I think that's the main point is if the Packers offense is doing what they've been doing for the last month plus, the Niners can have a solid game, but they're not going to be able to keep up with them. They're just not going to be able to put up enough points. And defensively, for me, it's one person. It's Deebo Samuel. You find a way to. You're not going to be able to completely stop him. He's too good. But you limit him, and you just don't let him run by you and embarrass you as a defense, which you've seen him do to a ton of defenses. But you slow him down the best you can, and you basically force Jimmy Garoppolo, who has an injured thumb on his throwing hand. He has like a strained shoulder and a throwing arm. Let him try to beat you with his arms, because with his arm. I mean, you basically stop the running game. That means you're stopping Deebo and Elijah Mitchell, but really more Deebo, in my opinion, than Mitchell. Riley, not going to happen. But let them try. Look, if they want to try it, but really, I think the Packers, their number one focus needs to be on the run game / Deebo Samuel individually. You stop him, you force Jimmy Garoppolo to actually throw the ball like 25, 30 times, you're going to end up winning because he's going to make mistakes. The Packers have had an extremely opportunistic defense, and I think that's how you end up winning this game. You just can't let them run it, control the clock, and let their pass rush come after Rodgers if we go into any kind of hole.
Control the what?
Control the clock. Yeah, Zach, look,
Thought it
you
was
were the
something
one
else.
in prison, all right, not me.
I'm just saying.
Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
saying. You were talking about length.
Enunciate better, man.
You were talking about length. Jem was talking about groins. Now you're talking. No,
Yeah, now we're talking about clocks. Yeah, Zach, get your head out of the gutter.
Sorry. You're right. Sorry.
But yeah, don't let them do that. And also, they need to start fast, because I just think you get down and then all of a sudden their pass rush just starts coming after Rodgers. That's not a recipe for success. So I think the Packers need to run the ball. Rodgers is going to do what Rodgers does, but to slow down the pass rush, run the ball. And to True North Packer fans' point, a quick stat from the great Dusty Evely, a guest here on Open Book, at least once, maybe twice. Hopefully we'll have him back soon. But on defense, the 49ers, defending opposing teams' number one wide receiver, 31st in the league in yards, giving up 88.1 yards per game. And the 49ers are 31st in the league at defending deep passes and defending deep middle. The only team worse than them this year were the Detroit Lions. So the 49ers secondary is super beatable. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. I don't know if I need to say much else about what they need to do just to dominate the way they did last time. Devontae Adams, I posted earlier this week against the Niners in his career. 5 games in his career, including the playoffs, 4 of them, he's had 130 plus yards, including this year. He had 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he knows how to beat them. I think that's your recipe right there. Devontae, a healthy mix of the run game. But what are you guys looking at offensively for the Packers to force Garoppolo into a throwing match against Rodgers?
Well, see, I'm just thinking like you're talking like, oh, they have Mitchell, but we have Jones and Dillon. They have Deebo, but we have Adams. So it's like our offensive matchup is just as tough, if not tougher for them. I really think the only spot that they maybe have more of an advantage of is tight end, and that's because we lost Tunyon. So I think that, yeah, it's tough to think about the matchups that we have defensively, but they have it worse, I'd say. So that is kind of nice in that retrospect that we have the tougher offense. So yeah, I think like you said, Eli, the main thing is just getting started fast, like get on the board and keep going. Don't take a whole quarter to get on the board. Hopefully actually put up 7, not just 3. This is going to be a game that you have to get on the board fast, because if things don't go right with your defense, because 49ers do have some really good offensive pieces, you don't want to have to ever trail or play catch up with that. So make them chase you and don't chase. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, which, I mean, it sounds so like easy. Like it sounds like, everybody should know that and everybody should do that, but it's going to be really important in this game. And I think that being at Lambeau with that home crowd, that's going to help a lot, and being used to that cold weather. But yeah, I think just not getting behind against a team that has posed problems for you, I think that's going to be huge.
Absolutely. Chris, thank you. I needed that.
No, he said chug. He said chug the beer.
I was going to say, am I talking while everybody's watching Eli drink beer? Like, is anybody even listening to me?
No, I'm listening.
Just like listening next time.
I was about to say, I wouldn't necessarily agree that they have the better offense. I think the 49ers have the better pieces, but I think the Packers have a better head at the helm of the offense. They have someone that can better operate that offense, and a guy that can, like, he knows what to expect from Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard isn't some kind of superstar, even though, maybe their positional coaches would disagree, but he's not a superstar. Josiah DeGuara isn't Robert Tunyon. You match Deebo Samuel and Devontae Adams, but I mean, like, as far as like
that's why I said they have the better tight end matchup. I did make sure to say that.
Okay, never mind. Let's move on.
I'm just saying I made that point.
I heard you. I listened to everything you said. If they had a better quarterback, you would call the 49ers probably the better offense. Yeah, definitely. If they had someone that could like competently guide that offense the way Aaron Rodgers does with the Packers offense, then yeah, I would definitely agree. And I think their running game is probably like, I mean, you can go either way with that one. With Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, I mean, that's a great backfield. But I mean, the 49ers have guys in the structure of that offense. It doesn't matter who they plug back there.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing about them, is that literally it seems like they could put anyone in that backfield, and it really doesn't matter, because they're going to have, like, the scheme is really what's going to make it work for the run game. So the Packers just need to stop that. And I know last year it was basically a practice squad team, and then this year it was a close game. But the Packers came out on top of both of those games. I think Rodgers, we all know his history with the 49ers, obviously, in the draft and all that. I think this is very much a revenge type game, much like next week will be, when it is likely going to be the Bucs beating the Rams, at least in my opinion. And that is what I want. Like Jen said, I want a full-on revenge tour. Give me the Niners, give me the Bucs, and then I don't care who it is in the AFC. We'll worry about that then. But yeah, as I said earlier, my biggest thing defensively is Deebo Samuel. Offensively, it's starting fast. And yeah, that took off.
I was not like, I literally had to, I don't think I went on Twitter for like 3 days after that. I just needed to step away for a little bit. I was not expecting people to be so passionate about ham and pickles.
So can you give a quick rundown of what this Midwest sushi is?
Okay, so
you can not. That would be nice too.
I don't even remember how we got stuck. Oh, it's because Eli was talking about how he was going to eat old sushi after the show. And Zach and I were talking about how sushi's gross. So at least we agreed on that. And then I said I only eat Midwest sushi. And that's where I lost everybody. Because it's literally, it's a pickle with cream cheese wrapped in ham. And that's it. I mean,
that's so fucking disgusting. I'm sorry.
I don't know how much, like, how better to explain it. You just have to eat it though, because it probably sounds disgusting, but
well, it does.
I promise. Riley doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not a real Midwesterner. If that's the case. I mean, some people call it pickle and ham roll up, but I call it Midwest sushi.
He lives in Arizona. He's not from the Midwest. Stupid kid.
So no, I don't even think, Eli is Midwestern, Andrew is Midwestern. Neither of them stuck up for me on this one, so I was
I've
alone
never
here.
had it, and I've never had it, and I can have it.
See, and like I said, I talked about I'm gonna just make some, bring it on the plane, bring it to your wedding. I'll just walk around with these hors d'oeuvres. And
Yeah, definitely bring ham to the wedding. Something that none of us will be able to eat. Thank you.
Every single psychopath that agreed with you on that tweet they had Wisconsin in their bio. I'm just
Okay,
pointing
but
that out. So they're all.
I didn't call it California sushi.
They were bred into this. I know, yeah, because California sushi is totally different. California roll, that's 100% different. So it already has a name.
So like
everybody that agreed with you had Wisconsin in their bio because they were born into this. They were bred into it.
But see,
they were bred into
you've
this
never even
disgusting
tried
creation.
it. You just think it's gross.
Jen,
but...
do I need to pick up a piece of dog shit and take a bite out of it to know what it's going to
totally
taste like?
Different. You like pickles, right?
I love pickles.
Yeah,
okay,
that's like the main part of it.
I like pickles and cake. I wouldn't have a pickle cake.
Exactly.
That's completely different.
No, it's not. You're combining two things that you love. And it creates
ham and pickle you can put on a sandwich and it tastes just fine together. So what's the difference between wrapping it up and just adding a little bit of cream cheese to keep it together?
Okay. Peanut butter and cream cheese. Would you have that together?
That I don't know.
I can have those. I can have both of those on a sandwich.
Well, just because the thing is that just because
I could. I'm not saying on the same sandwich. I mean like.
But no, okay, but pickles and ham, that's a normal thing to put on a sandwich together.
And ham is a normal thing to wrap around a pickle?
It's literally the same flavor. So
no, it's not. No, it's not.
If you had a sandwich and you had ham and pickle, you're gonna taste ham and pickle.
The bread is a big part of it.
But now you're just taking the bread and you're just wrapping it. And I promise you, I will make these and you will try them and you will probably like them and you will be on my side.
No, I promise you, I won't be on your side. I'll be in a hospital bed because they have to pump my stomach.
No, yeah. Zach, if you're built different, you can try this and be just fine.
When have we established that Zach was built different? I don't remember this being agreed upon.
We established this a long time ago.
Oh yeah, you've been built different? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, he's technically on COVID IR and he's still here, so he's kind of built different. We'll be able to confirm it once he has some Midwest sushi, which he will like, and he'll have to come on here and give me a formal apology.
You're gonna have to try it, right? Like I actually can't try it, but you're gonna have to try it. So
I'll figure out a way to make it kosher, Eli. I will figure out a way.
I don't know.
Making ham kosher.
When we come to your goddamn wedding, come to your wedding, Eli, those better not be served there.
They won't be, I promise.
Okay, good.
It will be the last thing you find. There will be no cream cheese or ham. Might be some pickles.
I'll sneak some in my purse and I'll be like, "Hey guys, want some of this?"
You should definitely be that person walking
around
with food out of their purse. Yes.
Okay, no, you just if you try it and you don't like it, that's one thing. And
you know what I can do? I could try. Well, I can't do that. I mean, I could wrap like a pickle like in salami. See how that goes.
That would probably,
I can't do the cream cheese.
That would actually be good. Wait, like pickles.
So is it just the ham that bothers you?
With the cream cheese?
You have to have the cream cheese. That's what keeps it together.
I don't know.
Or you can do. Some people do mayo, but cream cheese is better.
Mayo? What a slap in the face.
She probably does mayo.
I'm cream cheese with this. That's
you're such a liar. I have sit here and
dip it in mayo.
I have sat here and I have watched you eat handfuls of mayonnaise out of a jar with my own eyes. I have seen it.
Yeah, I do that, and then I eat Midwest sushi separately.
Nice.
They're two separate things. Right, I have my appetizer and then my main course.
Mayonnaise is another thing. Mayonnaise is another thing that's disgusting. So.
You don't eat mayo on anything? Yeah.
No.
No one should eat mayonnaise.
Like nothing.
Nothing.
Like.
Okay, well I do love mayonnaise on like my sandwiches but that's acceptable. That's an acceptable place to eat mayo or like is it Miracle Whip?
What's Miracle Whip? Is that like?
Isn't it like fake mayo?
I thought that's whipped cream. Isn't Miracle Whip whipped cream?
No, that's Cool Whip. No. Never mind. Cool Whip is whipped cream. Yeah.
I was wondering why I was losing you guys. I was like, this has got to be the right thing. No.
Yeah.
I mean, mayo, it's not bad.
It's not the
I don't
best.
know where I shifted from eating like blue cheese to mayo. I don't know where this took the turn, but basically,
Yeah.
I don't eat anything that you guys like. I think we've come to that conclusion.
Well, yeah, you're from Minnesota. It's a place of weird things. But let's get
Now that
back
I guess we needed to fill time in this show, so
well,
sushi game.
Well, we also needed it was on the script. I don't know if you saw it for
Yeah.
tonight's show, but we had to expose.
Don't act like you've ever done any prep.
We had to expose you for being a filthy.
coming off a bye
That's
week.
not it's exposing you guys because
It's really
I
not.
obviously, according to Twitter, I am in the right, you are in the wrong.
Were you?
Okay, Packer backer 1972 agreeing with you doesn't mean that you're right.
Who
Okay.
got him?
There's got to be
Who's
one
fan?
person that's actually in this
Who's
chat.
fan?
Somebody help me. Where are my loyal
Nah,
followers?
man, you're done. You're done.
And the
It's over for
comments
you.
have not been helping you either, just by the way.
That's because
So-
nobody in the comments actually likes us. They just come
I
here
know.
to shit on us for 45 minutes and then
Yeah.
go to sleep.
We get a lot of crap in the comments, and we appreciate you all coming. So just keep doing it. But it is interesting that we
Usually
must
it's
all
not
be
towards
doing-
me though. Usually it's Eli, so it's fine.
I know,
so.
right? I'm usually the guy.
I
who
feel
gets
attacked
attacked.
today. I know I'm in the right though, and if you go to any party here, those are the first things that are gone. And at least any like coworker party we have, there's like trays
Yeah.
and trays full of them. You can
That's
roll your eyes at me all
unfortunate.
you want.
That's
gonna make,
unfortunate.
like-
It doesn't sound like much of a party.
Well, it sounds like for Zach, ham is the problem because you brought up salami, and he's like, "Oh well, maybe."
That was before he said that he would add the cream cheese to it too.
I said I
But you
can't
hardly
do cream
taste
cheese.
it. It's more just
Oh,
like a
no
glue.
cream
It's not
cheese.
like you
Okay, that's
like
So just
completely
salami and
dip
pickle.
it.
yeah. If it's just like a salami wrap,
That just ruins it. No.
what ruins what?
No, Eli just saying like I'm gonna just wrap a piece of salami around a
Yeah,
pickle and call
that
it good. No,
sounds
that's
good.
Yeah, that'd
No,
be
because
good.
you're
That'd be
taking out-
delicious.
you're taking out a completely different ingredient. You're just that's not no,
Because
that's
cream
not how it
cheese
works.
isn't supposed to be in that ingredient in that combination. It's just
But
not.
it is, and it
get-
works.
Get his comment
Yeah,
off the screen.
see,
Get it off the screen.
somebody finally agrees with me.
Oh God.
You're gonna
You're
try
a
it. You're
communist.
gonna love it.
You're a communist.
You're communist. All right. Well, I think we've had talk.
I don't have to bring
more
this
than
tweet up
enough
again. I can't let my
about-
Twitter blow up like that.
Yeah, no, don't. If anything, just do a poll.
I know
Let's see
Andrew was messaging the next day. He's like, "Make it stop!" Like, I'm sorry for tagging you guys.
And my phone was blowing up.
I didn't think people would care that much. It's like the one thing about food I've ever posted people have cared about. It's like the only thing I've ever posted that people care about is this. So that,
Yeah, well.
But
now you
I'd like to
know.
think that I won that argument. So
I like to think that you lost. But yeah, so before we get to, I feel like we should each do, let's do one X Factor player on offense and on defense for the Packers. None of this is prepared, so it's gonna.
I was gonna say now I'm like thinking about like I'm starving. I just want a snack.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, look, we're gonna get to the end of the show. You're gonna.
You know what's
shove
gonna
all
help?
the cream cheese
All
in
the
your
like
face.
the Packers are gonna have some Midwest sushi before the game. They're gonna go out there. They're gonna completely
doubt it.
dominate.
I mean, they'll dominate. I doubt
They'll
have
have brown cinnamon sugar Pop Tarts for breakfast. They'll have Midwest sushi for lunch. Sushi, Midwest sushi. I know.
You know what would
Zach-
happen? You know what would happen if that was like their meal plan for the day? It would be Green Bay versus Atlanta fucking version 2.
Oh, come on. Don't even bring that up.
That's exactly
was-
what would happen.
See,
I was out of the country for that game. I watched that game at like 4 a.m, and it was very sad. Like as the game ended, the sun came up, and I was just like looking out, and I was like, "This is it. This is life now." It's a bunch of losers with Ladarius
record-
Hunter covering goddamn Julio Jones. What a freaking disgrace!
See, I'm pretty sure bad or like disagreements in food are the origin of Zach and I's friendship. Like I think the first thing we ever talked about together was Pop Tarts and how I love the brown cinnamon sugar and he hates them. was like a year-
Abomination of creation of a creation.
Those were
Oh,
like
yeah.
for probably like 2 years. That was the only thing we ever interacted with each other on
It
Twitter.
sounds like
It was just Pop
us
Tarts.
and Jordy, basically the same.
Except for we
situation.
at least agreed on that.
Yeah, well, that
So
was
it was-
something worth agreeing on, and unless Zach got involved, which we're not even gonna do right now with the whole Greg Jennings.
Oh my gosh, wait, can I tell a quick story? So yesterday, obviously, like the whole Zach Twitter jail thing was happening, and I was running a softball clinic, so I was only getting notifications on my watch. So all I see is Eli and I get tagged in something. I think it was from Lambeau LeBeau, and it says like, explain this or give your statement. And then I think Robin Adams is it. He commented like, I just get this message that says what in like all caps and all this stuff. And then Eli posts something about Jordy. So I'm panicking, like something happened because it was like, oh, we miss him. And I was like, what? Like I was like, my overthinking brain, I was like, something happened with Jordy. I was panicking. And then I was like, oh, Zach's just in Twitter jail again. It's okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
to be fair,
no,
I
don't
did
worry
care
about
about
me.
I did care about that, but I was really worried about something with Jordy because
No,
the way that the notifications were coming in, it was very poorly timed.
no,
So
no,
that's
no,
my little
Yeah.
Zach.
I'll
I
go
did
back.
tweet about how I was upset.
I'll go
You can
fuck
go
myself.
find it. It's there. I was
Yeah.
on like the free Zach Jacobson.
It's fine.
thing.
It's all right. No, really, it's fine.
But no, it's just the way that they were lining up. I panicked. So thanks, Eli, for that.
Absolutely. I always like to make people panic.
Like out of nowhere, just a Jordy tweet as all that's
know.
rolling in. I was
And the weirdest thing, I like literally, I know the play I posted was against the Niners. If you didn't see it, it's the classic Jordy tiptoe catch on the sideline. But I wasn't even thinking about the Niners game. Like I just saw that play and I literally was like, oh my God, I just miss him so much. I need to post this right now. And then I was like, oh shit, we're playing the Niners. So it really worked out well. And I'm happy it freaked you out. Perfect combination.
yeah, it threw me into panic mode. I was like, I'm like testing kids who are doing weightlifting, so I can't. I said I wasn't on my phone, Lambeau LeBeau. Give me. I said I can't respond to things on my watch.
His
Yeah.
name is
Apple's
Ben.
a joke. That's why you got to get yourself an Android Android user over here. I'm proud and
It's
proud.
not the issue with my phone. It's that I wasn't on my phone.
Because you were using an Apple Watch. Imagine you had a Galaxy Watch. It would work so much better.
I can like and retweet something, but I can't go on there and like respond and see what's
Sounds
going
like a
on.
piece of crap.
Primetime television, people. You're watching it right now.
Yeah. All right. So
Gosh, we have food
I'm
debates,
gonna,
user debates.
I'm going to kick us off with my defensive X factor. And for me, it's actually going to be Adrian Amos. I think he should be basically following Deebo Samuel all over the field. Like, yes, when he's lined up as a receiver running routes, which I feel like barely happens, you'll have a corner on him. But when he's doing all the motion, he's in the backfield, he's in the slot doing jet sweeps, whatever it is. Like, it would be nice if Devondre Campbell had the speed to do that, but he doesn't. He's a middle linebacker. I'm sure he'll communicate it well, and that's going to be super important. But I think it needs to be Adrian Amos, literally your job. There we go. As a spy for Deebo, that's your job today. Just stopping Deebo Samuel, that's what you have to do. Don't do anything else. Do that. We win this game. So for me, defensive X factor, Adrian Amos. Zach, what's your defensive X factor?
It's gonna be Devondre Campbell, I feel like, because I mean we've seen how stout he's been all year and how well of a job he's done making sure everybody's on the same page. And I feel like against an offense as versatile as Kyle Shanahan's and against a guy like Deebo Samuel, who is going to be doing all kinds of different things, he's going to be all over the field, lining up in a bunch of different spots. It's going to be up to Devondre Campbell, not necessarily to stop him, because like you said, I mean, he doesn't have that sideline speed. He's not going to be able to really follow Deebo Samuel, but it's going to be his job really to make sure that everybody knows what their assignments are, how they're going to combat what Kyle Shanahan is throwing at them. So getting the calls in from Joe Barry and translating everything to the other 10 guys on defense, I mean, that's going to be the biggest difference. I feel like if they're gonna win this game, then they have to be on point as far as communication goes.
Jen, how about you? Who are you looking at on defense?
I know you mentioned Amos, but I was my reliable Wi-Fi. Yep, Ethernet, you guys. I've been saying it for years now.
Ethernet, you guys. Oh my god.
Well, Zach keeps freezing. He's got the flickering light, and then he freezes.
I'm not Am I freezing?
You have frozen a couple times.
But hey, my Wi-Fi tonight, I would imagine, is spot on.
Yeah, you've had good Wi-Fi tonight.
Yours is actually good. Yeah.
But no, so you mentioned the safety position. I was kind of thinking Savage, and for none other than he hasn't played his best game the last few weeks that we've seen him. So I think him playing up to his potential is going to be super important. Those games where he maybe isn't playing as well, he gets beat a couple times. And I know that we're kind of talking about how this is going to maybe be more of a run game and Garoppolo in the pass game won't be as much of a factor. But I just think it's really important for Savage to get back to that high level that we know he can play. Because, I don't know, it's been really frustrating that he just hasn't been playing well. So I've been really keeping my eye on him. So I think it's going to be really important for him to be able to step up because this is, it's winner, go home. So everybody's got to be up on their game. But I feel like he's kind of been the guy that I've noticed has declined a little bit based on, where he started at the beginning of the season. And I also am really excited to see Rasul Douglas because obviously he wasn't with the team. Was it week 3 that they matched up earlier this season? So Garoppolo is going to get a good taste of him, and I'm really excited for that too.
Yeah, Rasul Douglas, if he could pull an Al Harris, that is a good key to the game for sure. As we mentioned earlier in the show, a fast start, Jam 21, definitely a good call. Starting fast is going to be a huge part of this game. And to go onto the offensive side, in my opinion, to start fast is going to be based on the offensive line, opening holes for the run game.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. And protecting Aaron Rodgers because that's what it is. This 49ers secondary is very beatable, as I mentioned with the stats earlier with Devontae Adams. The real thing that scares me is just that front four. So if the offensive line, with David Bakhtiari back, hopefully playing the whole game, Josh Myers back at center, Lucas Patrick at guard, Billy Turner potentially back at right tackle, this is the most healthy offensive line the Packers will have had the entire season. So for me, wow.
I'm sorry, this is funny.
I meant to put that up earlier, Andrew, but I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt Jen.
Reasons that I am marrying.
Oh, thanks. So nice of you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go with the offensive line. Zach, how about you?
Well, you know what? I'm not changing my answer, so fuck you.
Nice. Okay, good.
Keeping Aaron Rodgers upright, and I mean, yeah, of course, opening holes in the running game as well. But I mean, if you're gonna step on the 49ers' throats and try to pull away and create a lead, they're gonna do that by passing the football. So you need to keep Aaron Rodgers upright, and more than likely, the 49ers are gonna have Fred Warner play. He was upgraded, I think, to a full participant today, so he's gonna be there. And he doesn't just sit back in coverage and man the second level. He goes after the quarterback a lot. So I think, the offensive line, I completely agree with you. That was going to be my X factor.
Can I ask, Zach, while you're still talking about it? I know you retweeted something about an update on Bosa, just so that people know, like, if you're talking about offensive line and stuff like that.
What did I retweet on Bosa? I know you're right. I did.
Zach came back from Twitter jail and just, like, started retweeting everything. Just because that's also going to be a huge factor, especially against that offensive line. Not that I'm super worried about it because they've been able to stop most of who's come up against them, but that also does play a huge factor in everything.
He was one of their many upgrades today, actually. He was upgraded to a limited participant. So he's obviously getting through the concussion protocol and everything. So he'll also be out there, and he's a goddamn game wrecker. Those 2 trips to San Francisco in 2019, he was a big factor in both of them. The offensive line needs to be on point. They need to have their best game of the season.
Yeah, they really do. It's all about keeping Rodgers upright so he can get the ball deep where the Niners are the most susceptible. But Jen, looking at the offense, who are you looking to shine?
Yeah, with it being a cold night game at Lambeau, I'm looking at A.J. Dillon a lot. You guys talking about that offensive line, obviously them creating holes for him to run is going to be important. But, it's just kind of the kind of game where A.J. Dillon can really shine. It's a cold weather game. It's home. It's a playoff game. There's a lot on the line here, and I could just see him having a huge game, and hopefully he's utilized right. I know sometimes we get a little frustrated because we don't think that run game is being used appropriately, but trust Matt LaFleur and what they're going to be doing and how they're going to use him. But I think that there's a lot of opportunity for him to be used, especially if they can kind of get, if they can mix it up with that pass game. I think that, they have so many offensive weapons, but AJ Dillon in the cold, I really love that matchup. So I'm excited to see kind of what he'll do. And this is kind of his first, big playoff shiny moment, because last year he was a 3rd string running back. So it's kind of his show. And I'm really excited to see him just run it down the 49ers throats.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think both him and Jones, as I say every week on the show, need to combine for a minimum of 20, if not 25 carries.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so good. It's going to be freezing. And I know Aaron Jones referenced, last year's game versus Tampa Bay, obviously having the fumble. He didn't come back in the game. He wants to make up for his last playoff performance. So while I do think this is a classic A.J. Dillon type of game, I actually do see a big game for Aaron Jones as well. So maybe
Yeah.
the entire running back group can get involved. And I said it on last week's show, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but either way I said it, so I'll have to back it up. I did predict that whether this game or next game, because there will be a next game, there will be an offensive lineman catching a touchdown for the Packers. And I'm sticking with that bold prediction. So keep that in mind. But speaking of next week's game, we're going to do predictions for the Packer game, but we don't need to score, but let's just hear who we think we're going to be playing in Lambeau Field in the NFC Championship game. Jen, are you sticking with the team you want to face?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Bucs. I mean, I think that the Rams are going to give them a really good show, but I don't know. It's tough to get past Tom Brady. So I hope that they beat up on each other a lot. So no matter who we play, they're in rough shape coming in. But I want Tom Brady. So give me the Bucs.
Zach, how about you? We're definitely going to clip up just the I want Tom Brady. Jen, I'm clipping that up so hard.
Thanks.
Jen wishing on injuries? Wow.
I know. That's another thing. I was like, what?
What?
Yeah, I'm
no,
gonna be
okay.
sick.
I didn't say injuries, just like aggressive play where they're tired, they come in a little bit. There's no like.
What? You want Tom Brady to tear his ACL? God, you're disgusting. What's wrong with you?
Putting words in my mouth. Whatever. Give your opinion.
I got the Buccaneers winning. That's not an opinion. It's going to be a fact. They're going to be. Oh. It's going to be the Buccaneers versus
the Packers.
It's like
a Vicky Valancourt. They ain't gonna guess. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, boom! That name sounds familiar, but I don't remember what it's
from. Waterboy, you guys.
Oh, Waterboy.
Yes. Now
yeah, my mama said.
Oh my gosh! I made a movie reference that you guys didn't.
I haven't seen.
Come on.
But that's different though. We've actually seen the movie. We just didn't get the reference.
Like 15 years ago.
Yeah, but okay, that movie's on like every day in my house. But I just, I thought you guys would have picked up on that. Now I feel whatever.
But either way,
it's always on TV. Guys, no, that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, Jen Payton, settle down.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be Buccaneers.
Was it Tanya Harding that hit the girl in the knee?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I'll be honest. I have heard so many references to Tanya Harding, and I don't know a damn thing.
She's the figure skater who took out someone's knee.
Nice, I respect that.
She took out her opponent's knee. What do you mean you respect? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with both of you?
I'm clean slate. Eli's actually saying it.
I'm just saying. She went for the win. I can't fight it. Either way.
It ruined her entire career.
Oh, it ruined her career? Okay, I respect it less. I don't know her that well. Me and Tanya haven't met. But I do have to agree that the Bucs are going to win because, like me and Zach both thought, Matthew Stafford can handle the big game. And you know what? Kyler Murray, first time in the playoffs, he really couldn't handle a big game. Now going up against the Bucs, different animal, and I think the Bucs come out on top. So we got our revenge tour. Now let's get to the Packers-Niners score predictions. Zach, kick us off.
Packers win 31-21.
Love it. Jen?
28-20 Packers.
28-20 Packers. So I was actually very close to both of you. I have a 28-17 Packers. And yeah, I think as we all said, it's really just going to come down to a cold weather Lambeau Field kind of game, run the football, stop the run, and then Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers and winning the game. Tanya's, yeah, potentially.
Better watch your knees.
Yeah, now I'm nervous for my knees. Now I have this pain in my neck. I might have to just do that. Zach, that was for you. You got out of jail. You need to get back to regular life. But all
Eli
right.
definitely side-eyed to Mariah to see if she was going to be mad for doing that.
Yeah, she wasn't the happiest with it. But
I don't blame her.
Go, let's real quick make sure that everyone, number one, heads to this wonderful URL link to
Wait,
find
have
all-
Andrew pop in to show off the
Yeah.
merch.
Yeah, there we go. There's the merch. Guys, we got the best merch in the sports game. You want crop tops, you want hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts. You got it all. We even have our faces on it. But the best part is we just did the outline of our faces because we wanted people to actually wear them. So that was smart. So
I
we
do
did
like how
that.
from a distance you can't tell that that's Zach's hood and it just looks like he's Jesus.
Yeah, I thought that was long hair. And I'm like, who has
It
long
doesn't.
hair? Yeah. So Zach might be low-key Jesus.
But he shaved everything now, so he doesn't totally
You're less
match.
Jesus.
It'll be back. God.
It's just
can't-
disrespectful.
Shaving the before
Jesus.
playoffs.
I know.
Nah, like what are you doing?
It was
You don't
impulsive.
shave
It's
your
like
playoff.
it's like when you get a haircut, you're just like you kind of know you're gonna regret it afterwards because you're gonna miss your hair, but you go and you do it anyway. It was kind of like that. I was getting in the shower and I was like, So
Wow, that's a
did
great
Shave
story.
the playoff beard.
You should tell that over
disappointed.
at parties. That was a riveting story, Zach.
oh, you want me to tell it again?
One more
I
time.
was getting in the shower and I was like,
Eli just wants to hear you talk about being in the shower.
All right, Jen. I think we both.
Sick guy over here.
I just won't even comment on that. Make sure to follow at the bottom of the screen at Twitter, at Game On Wisconsin on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube at Game On Wisconsin. You can find our wonderful producer, Andrew, at Mertens_Andrew on Twitter. You can find Jen and all of her terrible food takes at Big Mac _4. And I'm so happy to say, because I thought I was not going to be able to say it, but you can once again find Zach on Twitter at @ZachariahJ. Get it while it's hot, guys. It might not last very long. So jump on Twitter and give him a follow right now. Let's hope he's still there by the time we get there.
I should be. If not, then I'm going to start a riot. Thank you also.
We'll riot with you. You can find me at Book of Eli _NFL. Everyone, Packers playoff football Saturday night. We're going to see you on the way to the championship game. Very excited. Have a great night and go Pack Go.
What you think, Fred? All right.
Fred.
Like, dude, you're an idiot.
I'm doing very well, Jen. Is it just gonna be me and you, or Eli and Zach gonna pop in?
Yeah, they'll talk every once in a while.
Every now and then we'll
But he was already right away.
It kind of, well, we're used to you attacking us, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at
Let's just put it this way. Who do you see as the quarterback week 1 for the Green Bay Packers?
I see